I mean, y'all already should know at this point we're gonna have to wait for Instagram. My Tuesday afternoons are spent waiting for Instagram. And we're live. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? We got Jason in the green room. We're gonna go ahead and give you running back to look forward to in the NFL draft, and of course, get into a little bit of the league meetings and the biggest rule change. I haven't really studied the hip check too much, but this kickoff rule is starting to be a little intriguing. But of course, before we get started with that today, we got to pay some bills. Today's episode is sponsored by Power Brand Systems. Need help getting new customers for your business? Let Power Brand Systems help you grow with their powerful tools. Visit powerbrandsystems.com/Niner Faithful Radio for more info. For the Faithful, by the Faithful, off-season sale is happening now. Save 20% on all For the Faithful, by the Faithful season 1 through 3 gear now through June 30th. Go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/shop to save. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner Faithful R on X. If you like our content and would like to support the show, consider leaving us a tip in our tip jar at NinerFaithfulRadio.us/tip jar. Join our exclusive membership community where you get exclusive NFR content not available anywhere else. Join our exclusive chat, 20% off of all non-sale For the Faithful, by the Faithful gear, and much more. Visit portal.ninerfaithfulradio.us/login to join. Join us Friday for our NFR weekly review at 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. End your week with some drinks and laughs. I almost got it. I'm getting pretty damn good at this shit. All right, y'all. Let's get the show cracking.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
Niner Faithful Radio, the show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful, brought to you by Power Brand Systems.
What's cracking, Jason?
So alofa, how's it, my brother?
You know, another day, another dollar. Hey, guess what? I shared all of it before the intro was done. Anyway, so league meetings happened. I'm pretty sure all the faithful have had a chance to watch. If you go to Dave Lombardi's channel, Jed, Kyle, and John Lynch's press conferences are on there. I don't know if they're on the Niners YouTube or YouTube's where I watch all my press conferences. So I don't know if they're available on YouTube yet or anything. Nothing groundbreaking.
Social media? No.
I mean, Niners, look, as far as keeping up with press conferences and things like that, But as far as like posting content, you know, and behind the scenes stuff and all that, I feel the Niners are really good at that. I don't get off on that face swap and all that type of shit. Like I just like, let me know about the team. You know, I don't care what Brandon Ayuk and Debo's face look like together. And you know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a shit about that. But obviously the hip check rule is gonna. I saw that I have Jamie Winborn on my Facebook. And I saw him, you know, do a little live giving his thoughts about it and everything like that. And he's pissed and he's very he feels like when I used to work at Noah's, we would say all the time about the policies they would come up from us. The problem is that people who make the policies never have to do the jobs that they're making policies for. The problem with these rule committees and everything like that, they've never had to play in the NFL. You know, so they don't understand the things you're physically asking people to do, and how impossible that shit is, at an extremely, and you're talking about the greatest well, you can make an argument on who has the best athletes, but you're talking about some of the greatest athletes in the world, like superhuman type of people that can do things that no human being can do. And a lot of them are just born that way. You feel me? Like I always say about LeBron, not everybody's 6'9" and 280 pounds and can run like a gazelle. You feel me? Just some, like, you just won the genetic lottery. So, I know that you have the video. Why don't we go ahead and start off with the kickoff rule and everything like that? I know you have the video.
I will say this about the hip check rule before we go into the kickoff part of it. My point is, at what point, what are you supposed to do? You can't horse tackle. And there's like 3 points that refs have to watch. You have to, you have to put your hips to the side and all this other kind of stuff. So if we're going to be doing all that, why are we putting that to be, again, as a judgment call on reps when they already miss so many other judgment calls? So you're putting more pressure on, part-time employees because, for some reason the NFL will not just make refs full-time employees.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like they could afford it. So again, it's just, why can't we just go around and enforce the stuff that we already do instead of putting more on there? What's up, Kenny? How you doing, my brother? So that's my biggest issue with the rule, as far as it comes to the drop hip tackle thing, is they have to look for 3 specific points on it, and it's just going to get in the way. So they're going to look for that, but they're going to miss something else over here, and that's all. That's all that we're doing with it.
Joseph Lamar posted in the NFR Facebook group, the page, a little meme question thing that said, what's one rule you would like the NFL to come up with? And I said, I would just like them to call offensive holding fairly. That's all I want. That's truthfully this. To me, like, and it's always weird. It's if we're gonna eventually transition into what everybody calls the NFL, old school people call the NFL now, 2-hand touch, then let's just fucking do it, right? Like stop all this
National
gradual shit.
National Flag League,
National Flag. And you know what? People are gonna rock with it or they're not. And maybe the NFL's thinking if you small increments are like how do you boil a frog? You slowly turn up the water. And everything like that. And so by the time we're in our 70s, it might be a game we don't even recognize, but it doesn't matter because,
it's not our game anymore.
It's not our game anymore. It was sad. I remember the first time I looked up a stat and it said, I forget the age range, but it said the number one age range it's when I was doing research for the shop. So the number one age range for people buying jerseys. And I remember when I looked at that, and I said, "Man, I'm not even in the category that the NFL targets in their marketing, or their
The NFL's expensive.
Coming up with new draft hats and everything like that. The NFL doesn't care if I'm going to buy jerseys anymore. They don't care if I don't like the way a jersey looks. They don't care if I don't like the way a hat looks. Yep. And it's just kind of, I guess, a part of getting old.
Speaking of the draft hats, make sure everybody that you use our Shop 49ers link.
Yes.
When you go to buy your new draft hats, because I know a lot of you guys are looking up, and actually, I'm going to show you guys real quick what the new draft hats look like. I think they're terrible. There we are.
No, Jason, they're the greatest hats ever.
No, they are terrible.
Yes, they are. We want
did
people
we not
to buy
just
them,
get
Jason.
black hats a couple years ago? I'm willing to, within the last 3 years, we had black hats.
Is that red one a draft cap too?
Yes, it is.
I might get that one. I ain't gonna lie, I might get that one. But yeah, the black.
I don't like the black or the red one just because I don't like the flat bills, so I can't rock with that person. Yeah. But yeah, these two, nah, man.
Hats I prefer. Yeah, the problem with me is this is why. Like, did I like the black jerseys that we came out with. Like, I mean, I like the way the jerseys looked, just the jerseys themselves. We could talk about, the helmets and all that, but the jerseys themselves, I like them. But I'm a traditionalist. And to me, if you walk up with that hat, and let's say I'm wearing that hat backwards, and I don't know if the backwards has a Niner logo or whatever, but that's a shop.
Yep.
Anyway,
I dropped that in the chat. Remember, use our link to get a discount and put a little bit of money in our hands.
That's wrong link, bro. I got it.
So up there.
It's okay. That's our shop, so all good. So anyway, so I put it in the chat. Okay, so there you go. Perfect example. So if I look at that hat right now and you're wearing that hat backwards, what team is that, Jason?
I don't know. Steelers?
Like, you don't fucking know. Is that a Niner
Ravens?
Hat? Like, to me, if I wear a hat and you can't tell that it's a Niner hat, is it really a Niner hat? Like, I mean, look at this. Obviously, besides the Niner logo, you look at this hat, from any direction that doesn't show the logo, you could tell that's a Niners hat.
Yep.
Right? Or sure, you could guess the Chiefs or the Cardinals, but like generally you're going to know. You see a red and a gold hat, NFL logo, very simple. Our logo, that's why our logo is the way it is. It's a red and gold logo with football laces. What does that tell you? 49ers football. Like that's just what that reads to me. I don't know why. And this is part of the NFL isn't marketing to us, Jason. So they don't care if we understand why they're doing this. But just as content creators and somebody who sells 49er merchandise, I don't think this is going to do well. It's going to do well because it's the draft hat. But I bet you at the end of the year, this ain't even the Niners' best-selling hat.
No. Like, I'm going to buy one simply because I've bought like the last 25 or however many that I have. But I can guarantee you I might wear it come like draft day when we do our draft day shows and stuff like that. Yeah. But then after that, it goes on the wall and I'm never going to touch it again. Like, I would never it wouldn't become usually what happens is I buy 2 draft hats every year. I have one that goes on the wall. And then I have another one that just becomes my everyday hat. And that's the way I've done it for years and years and years. This hat probably will not become I'll probably just stick it with the ones I got from last year.
Yeah, I mean, and whatever. I mean,
yeah. All right, so back to the rules.
So slowly, why I've actually gotten away from buying Niner gear. The actual last time I bought like a 49er t-shirt or something like that, I don't even remember. The last thing I bought was my girl bought me this for Father's Day. And she'll probably buy me another one. Or, well, actually, I'll probably get it before the draft. But maybe, hopefully. But, like, besides that, I can't remember the last time I actually went. Go ahead and, that's your nephew.
What up, Neff? Thank you very much. What's going on with BA? Nothing. He's not being traded. They'll negotiate it.
We've discussed that.
I mean,
it's John Lynch.
This is normal stuff.
Look, I think that this is, from what I read off of John Lynch's body language, this is going to be a headache. This is probably going to get a little ugly. We already seen, the BA post. But by the way, please comment if you know what the fuck George Kittle's response means. Like, I feel like I
think half the country is trying to figure that out because BA's was really easy. That took me about 2 seconds and I figured it out. I'm looking at George's and I'm like, what? Alien dog,
food,
dog meat, what the backpack? I don't know what. I think honestly, George is just fucking with us. I think he's just like, let me get in on this. Let me throw some shit up.
Right. Here. Just like, I could do that too.
But yeah, every year, it's kind of a good problem though, because we have good enough players that we need drama during lease signings. So it's kind of a good. What's up, David McNiner? Thank you very much. You got it?
Yes, sir. Yeah, but now mine is more of a cultural change, I want to say, in myself. But yeah, I don't buy a lot of it.
So I gotta ask my nephew right here.
Yeah.
So with Russell Wilson, Steelers country, let's weld. Is that what we're going
Well,
with?
let's weld.
Let's weld.
Let's weld. Oh my god. I almost shared it to you, to y'all yesterday. I seen this little meme. It was that part from, I forget the movie, but it's the mining movie. And Ben Stiller walks in and he's all like buff and he's walking in and everything like that. And he's like being all dramatic, hitting using the pickaxe and everything. And then he like lifts it up and it flies off. And you're, oh god, like, and everything like that. I just was dying laughing. I'm like, nobody gets the joy to nobody just receives so much joy, so much happiness from the joke that is Russell Wilson now.
Yeah, he's just not what he was. I definitely see Justin Fields outperforming him at some point. But so let's go back to these kickoff rule where we are now changing the kickoff. We are going XFL style. We are doing this for player safety because, and we can go into that a little bit later. I will say that if just based off this rule, with how kickoffs are going to go now, it is safer. You do not have 250-pound men flying at their top speed, hitting other men going as fast as they can go now. So, I mean, you have people going slower, means less impact. That's obviously lessened the injuries. At least, logically, that does make a lot of sense. And I actually think that returner, you're not going to need as much of a dynamic returner because I think it opens up the chance because everybody's not slamming into each other. Everything's a little bit slower. These guys that are returning can pick their lanes and stuff like that. Maybe get some bigger returns. I mean, shit. It's the last time we had a kickoff return. I'd like one.
2018. Richie James.
2018? Okay.
Richie James. I was there. That's the first time. That's the way we ended the Sheacock streak.
It's the last time we actually. Well, I wouldn't say we all cheered for number 10 because I guess we did cheer for Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. Like, we all forgot Jimmy is our king.
I tried to. You're the only one singing that damn song.
Yeah, fuck that, bro. That was my shit.
You were the only one singing that damn song. All right, so go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, so this is what the NFL kickoffs are going to look like come next season. So we are going to have the ball placed over here on the 30-yard line. So we are going to have Jake Moody all by his lonesome self down here. Lyman, I think I'm alone now. So we're going to have the kick team here, receiving team here, back over here somewhere is going to be the return man. They now have a target area for about the 20-yard line where it's supposed to land. And this is what it looks like.
Hunter Nicewater is back to kick it away. Keenan Reynolds for Seattle. That kick better go beyond the 20, and it does.
First of all, I just real quick, I'm gonna be pissed if YouTube fucking hates on us for this. Because it's literally.
Be surprised the way fucking YouTube hates us lately. So that's
anyway.
the kickoff. I like it in the sense that at least this rule makes sense for safety reasons. And I'm hoping that gives us something more to look forward to where, like I said, I think with everything slowing down a little bit, the returners will be able to see those gaps where they can get through and get some big returns. And I think, maybe we'll see more kickoff return touchdowns and stuff like that coming next season.
If that's the result of this, I think that's what the NFL wants.
How's it, BC?
What's cracking, BC? I think that's what the NFL wants, and okay, fine, make it exciting and everything like that. Because let's be real, how many people? Be honest, how many people really pay that much attention to the kickoffs? Like what we saw in the Super Bowl, I don't want to say ridiculous, but what we saw in the Super Bowl, I mean, let's be real, bro. That they might as well not had kickoffs in the Super Bowl, right? Can we agree to that?
Yeah.
At that point, I'd rather them you do the extra point and then you could try to go for 3 if you make it through the field goal post at that point. If we're just going to have them bombed out of the end zone all day, at least try to aim it in the field goal post and say that gives you an extra 3 points or something.
Yeah.
I mean, like that. I'm not saying that that's what I want, but like at least at that point, either take kickoffs completely out of the game, which essentially they are. Which I understand players' union's not going to want that you're taking away people's jobs and everything, but let's be real. Majority of your roster is made up of special teams players.
Yeah.
So,
and then I got another video to show. A little more in depth.
Pull that up.
An unacceptable injury rate. What exactly is that?
I know, right? And 100% injury percent game. It gets a little confusing to me personally. Like it's gonna have to see some examples and everything, which we will. I would almost be willing.
We'll figure it out.
I think I'd be almost willing to try this in the preseason. See how it works.
Yeah.
And then decide to implement it or not. See, I like that. Anyone landed in the landing zone has to be returned.
Yeah. Makes a reason for them guys to keep going, chase it down.
Yeah. So if it fails to reach the 20-yard line, it's going to go to the 40, which I like. Let's be real. Every kicker should be able to hit it to the 20. No fourth onside kicks permitted in the fourth quarter. I wonder how they're going to do that. I like. I like this to me, and I know we're going to get into something in a little bit and then wrap up this segment, but I like this. To me makes sense. If you're saying, hey, we're the NFL, we take players' safety seriously, and you tell us that this is the most dangerous play in our sport, let's adjust it. Like you said, Jason, you're not having 250, 260-pound men running full speed at somebody running backwards. I like the safety aspect of it. I'd be curious to see how this is implemented when Jake Moody clearly had issues directional kicking last year.
Yeah.
I have no issue with him booting it into the end zone. I'm pretty sure he could do that, but what's preventing teams from returning it? Just saying, hey, even if I don't make the 20, I get it at the 20 anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how this is implemented. Good luck. But I will say this. I think it is important to say that it is clearly going to be a safer play.
Yeah. But then we transition into the fact that, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Just like Christmas this year, we're going to be playing on Christmas again. So the NFL is going to be doing a short week. Christmas is going to be on Wednesday. So all this we had just talked about with player safety and everything, just throw it out the window because money talks, bullshit walks, just like BA said. Yeah. And we're playing these guys on short weeks again.
I mean, you and I discussed it. Let's be real. It's probably either the Saturday before, to make it basically a Thursday game. The Saturday before is going to be us versus Chiefs, or that game in itself is going to be us versus Chiefs.
That at Christmas, maybe we somehow make it on the Thanksgiving game kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Do you think they screw us and make us play both again this year?
I think about it, make D-Bar a kick return and watch him break a couple tackles.
Yeah.
They're not going to put
no,
Debo
but someone
kick
like
returner,
Debo would be.
Yeah, somebody like Debo would be amazing, but Debo is a breaking case of an emergency type of kick returner.
I wouldn't mind seeing like him in the Super Bowl.
Thank you. Yeah,
Why is it safer? Because you don't have those guys going down at full velocity.
Coming at
You're
somebody
just
who's standing still.
basically, yeah. So these guys are not coming down at full sprint, slamming into guys who might have taken 1 or 2 steps or something like that. So I mean, you're just lessening the force and the impact with these guys. So in theory, it does actually make sense that there will be less injuries just because there's just less momentum of one person going into the other.
Yeah, Debo would be hurt in a week. Yeah, they won't be not as much momentum into the hit. You and I were talking off air, and let's be real, that's why we were kind of a few minutes late. You and I were talking off air, and I miss the purity of football. I miss the purity of the reason why I think football took over America the way it did is it's very easy to plan your life around it. It's very easy to say, hey, every Sunday I watch football all day. And then Monday, while we're eating pizza, we watch Monday Night Football. It's very easy to plan your life around that. I watch football after church, let's be real. That's what it was basically is that you had Saturday, was college, and then pro football started around roughly after church back in the day. So it was very, very simple, and then maybe once Sunday Night Football became a thing and everything, family dinner, watching the football game, very, very simple. That's why baseball's hard. That's why majority of people I know that are Shark season ticket holders, they don't go to majority of the games. Yeah. Because it's so hard to go there on a Tuesday and then a Thursday and then, on a Sunday. And, it's just hard to plan your life, from 7:30 to 10:30 every random night versus, knowing that roughly between 1 to 10, only maniacs. Ambry is our best returner. Why Kyle doesn't know this is disappointing. Huh.
Only maniacs watch college.
I think as
Kenny?
we transition into both Bubby and I getting second jobs here, hopefully, quickly and everything like that. I probably will spend a little bit more time watching college on Saturdays just because it's kind of hard to convince my girl, hey, babe, we're going to watch football all Saturday and all Sunday, on your only days off. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes she only gets Sundays off. Sometimes she works Saturday. So, well, I can't wait to retire in 17 years. So
that's true. There's a gladiatorial aspect of it that's being lost a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I just miss, and it's has the money the NFL makes made the NFL a better product?
Yes and no.
Explain.
Yes, because you're getting more of it. But at the same time, now they're going so far to where we are getting so offense heavy with everything as far as rules that now we're getting too soft. Like Tony had said earlier, we're losing some of that gladiatorial aspect of it, to where we can be primal and watch these guys do things like that. Like we're losing that aspect of it to where, it's not civilized to act like that in public. We get to see these guys act uncivilized to an extent every Sunday. We're losing that aspect of it. Because they want more points on the board. They want it to be like the NBA.
Yeah. Offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. It's a football saying.
Does that actually that saying doesn't work anymore?
Jamie and I were discussing on Friday, when we had on Friday we discussed, is it wise to still invest in the D line when we've seen now 2 Super Bowls that they're essentially going to allow everybody and their mother to hold Nick Bosa all game. Like, our best weapon, our probably best player, you would say. You make an argument between him and Trent, but our best player on defense is essentially nullified.
Yeah.
and so investing more in it was talking about
What's
investing
up,
more in
John
the
LaJoy?
secondary.
How's it, my brother?
But yeah, I mean, the way to stop the NFL from doing this? Stop watching it.
Yeah.
But
But
I'm
then
not
again,
going
are we
to.
going to stop watching? Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
how many of us
that's
are,
why they're going to do
because of
it.
these rules, we're bitching about all this right now. Raise your hand if you're going to stop watching football next year. None of
Nope.
us will.
Not a fucking chance in hell.
Like I said, do you want protests don't work? People are always, I'm going to protest the NFL, stop watching. Okay, that's okay. 2 people are going to stop watching the NFL over this. The rest of the billions of us are still going to show up every fucking Sunday, Monday, Thursday, sometimes Saturday, sometimes on Wednesdays. Steve was about right. We'll stop freaking gambling on it at some point.
Maybe.
We've also got LaTruth. How you doing, my brother? Thank you for showing up. And what's up, Steve-O? How's it, brother?
I think that this might be LaTruth's first time in here, so welcome. I haven't seen them comment before. Welcome, bro. We appreciate you. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Debo, that like and subscribe button. Before we go ahead and get to running backs, perfect time to transition. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break to pay some bills. This segment is brought to you by shop49ers.com, the official online store of the 49ers. Use our affiliate link in the description to get the latest official Niner gear, save 10%, as well as help out the show. Yeah, so make sure to use our link that is in the chat and in the description to get you your draft hats and, y'all want
any other
these
gear.
Yeah, any other gear. It's the official Niner show. I will watch it for what it is. Now it's all fake and rigged. I mean, my girl asked me that. She goes, "Babe, would you still watch the NFL if you knew it was rigged?" And I said, "Yeah."
We all still watch wrestling, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But would I be as passionate? Would I be crying in her arms for 30 minutes after we lost the Super Bowl? Probably not. Probably not. It would actually kind of make me feel better. In a way, it would make me feel better if I just knew that the Niners were going to lose the Super Bowl last year. It would almost make it feel a little better because then we literally didn't have a snowball's chance in hell.
I wouldn't have invited everybody over for the party.
Right?
I wouldn't have
bought
the
stood
bottle
out
of
there.
champagne. It's still sitting out there.
A fucking pouring rainstorm to send the team off.
And you know what? I was going to mention this in a second, but Kenny beat it to me. The NFL did change their class of business to entertainment.
Hey. So we'll see. Then good. Rig us a fucking Super Bowl win. How about that?
The heels got to win once in a while, right?
Right? All right, we're
We
going
need
to
to
go
win
ahead.
and go on like a Roman Reigns tribal chief style, holding the belt for like 500 years or some shit like he's done right now.
Fucking A. All right, so I didn't make the slides, but my running back I want to go over is, and I know everybody, this is not going to be everybody's top pick and not everybody's thing to say, but I don't think we need a running back. I don't. Why are we going to spend a 3rd round pick, a 2nd round pick, a 4th round pick, a 5th round pick on a running back that's not going to see the field? He's not.
Minus like a catastrophe of injuries.
Don't even put it into the universe. Don't even put that shit into the universe, bro. Yeah. The thing that shall not be named happens, then okay. But beyond that, is this man going to see the field?
No.
I'd rather get a safety that at least has a chance, or a linebacker, or this. Now, if we are going to take
linebackers, look at Winters and Graham. They didn't touch the field last year. For what? Maybe 5 plays combined the entire year.
There's this minus the Super Bowl. There's a video by this YouTube creator. It's not like a Niner channel per se, I guess, but look, I'm not disagreeing with you. than it would be. When we did our preview show last season before the first game, one of the questions I asked is, will CMC get to 1,000? And I said, I hope not, because I just didn't want him to have the workload that it would take to get him to 1,000. But mine is Frank Gore Jr. And I know this isn't the sexiest draft pick. This isn't the one that everybody's having, Kyle's probably having wet dreams over and everything like that. But just real quick, 759 rushing attempts, 4,022 yards, 5.3 rushing yards per carry, 26 touchdowns, 75 receiving yards, 75 receptions, 692 rushing yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns, 834 plays from scrimmage. His hands, height was lower percentile, weight's a little, his wingspan, arms, his 40 was 70th percentile. But what I like about him the most is 82 rushing grade, 71 breaking tackles grade, and an 80 pass blocking grade and receiving / hands grade. The more I watched him, he's not the same type of back as his dad. Frank was a thumper. Frank was going to knock your head off.
Yeah.
But everybody's telling he doesn't have the elite breakaway speed. Neither did Frank. Let's not get it twisted, y'all. How many times did we see Frank caught from behind?
And Christian doesn't. I mean, he's fast, but he doesn't have that game-breaking speed.
I'd kind of like to see Juice too. But he said,
Last time we saw that much Juice, he was in a white Bronco.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, that's a good one, bro. That's a good one. So, to me, I have absolutely no problem taking a 6th. I don't think he'll come here as an undrafted free agent. I think he's going to get, if he goes undrafted, I think he's going to get a lot of noise as an undrafted free agent. But taking a 6th, a 5th, a 6th, 7th round flyer on arguably the greatest running back in franchise history, when I was watching him, I had to check myself, because I said, are you looking for what you want to see? Like, are you looking for him to be like his dad? And that's why you're seeing that? But I stepped back and I really tried really hard on myself to be critical of him. And there, like I said, the elite speed, I do think my issue with him is I think he might struggle in the outside zone, just because he doesn't have the elite speed to get out to the edge. But in between tackles look, do you need to see a CMC taking a 3rd and 2 handoff next year? No, I'd rather see Frank Gore Jr. take that handoff. Let's be real. And his ability, just like his father, this man could run through the pages in between the white book, the yellow pages, brother. I mean, this man can fight his way through a phone book, just like his dad. And that was the thing that was scary. He's got nice hands, could wiggle through any hole like his father. And I didn't see too many reps of pass blocking, but he definitely had the willingness. He definitely had the willingness to go stick his nose in there. And let's be real, that's why, from what I've heard, that's why JP Mason ain't on the field. They don't trust him.
We've heard that from day one, is that he just can't pass block shit.
So you get Frank Gore, who at least is willing. It's a lot of blocking is what, Jason? Just being able to willing to get your nose in there and get dirty.
Yeah.
That's a lot of blocking.
Just get in the way with a chance to get run over by somebody.
And that's the one thing I saw in film. He wasn't scared. He was going up against DNs, D tackles. And for not a big back, that impressed me a little bit. Your thoughts about FGJ?
I do think of the 3 that Familia picks that everybody wants us to take, that being Brendan Rice, Luke McCarthy, and Frank. Luke McCaffrey and Frank Gore. I do believe Frank Jr. is going to be the most likely one we picked. Why? Because I do believe it's going to be a late round pick.
Mhm.
We already have Frank Gore, the original, on the staff, and I think that's going to be kind of like a gift from the Niners to Frank. Be like, hey, man, call your son. Let him say we're picking him. Now, that doesn't mean he's necessarily going to earn an automatic bid on this team. He's
Yeah.
still going to have to earn it. But I think that's going to be completely obvious. But I do think they are going to let him do that and give him that opportunity. Because, like I said, Frank's actually on the staff. It's not like, he's not like Jerry. Jerry's not technically part of the team. He is, but it's not like official. Like
Jerry's called,
like,
I'm the greatest receiver in NFL history. That's my
I'm
job. My job's to walk around and be Jerry Rice.
Jerry's the Rombo of our cheerleaders. He's the greatest hype man there. You know what I mean? Jerry's there to be the great hype man. But technically, he doesn't have an actual official part of the team. Whereas Frank Gore actually is part of the team. He's on the staff. So I do believe they are going to at least give him that moment. And let's be honest, we're all going to cheer and cry for it. How many of us would love to call? Yeah. How many of us would love to call your son and say, "Hey, the team that I'm going to be inducted to, their Hall of Fame and their ring and this blah blah blah, we're now drafting you." Yeah. I mean, it's the story writes itself. So I mean, I think that will happen. I don't know if he would necessarily. I don't even think he'd make the team, even if his name wasn't Frank Gore Jr. I don't think he necessarily has the skills.
Squad.
I was to say he might make the practice squad, but even then, I do believe that it's a reach for him. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, we tried out Jerry Rice's oldest son. You know, it's funny. My girl actually sent some like a package or something to his house. I randomly, she was like, "Look who I just sent the package to, babe," and it said Jerry Rice Jr. I was like, "Oh shit." So Rice is not feeling it here. What, Jerry or Brandon? Because Jerry is a god around here. Why would Jerry not?
No, I didn't read the article because it was right before we got on. Something about Brandon said he doesn't think necessarily it's the best fit for him. And I could be wrong because, like I said, I didn't have a chance to read the article because I just saw it right before we started. And there was that one there. Brandon didn't grow with Jerry.
Look, who is the best player? Brendan. Brendan's the best out of the three. Yeah. Who are we most likely to take? I agree with you. I think that it's going to be Frank.
Yeah. And like I said, I think it's just going to be because of that one, to quote everybody's favorite end of the season, that one shining moment. You know the song that they play at the end of all championship games? One shining moment. Or is that college? That's more college than anything else.
Okay. Because I was like, bro, you know how old I was the last time we won a fucking championship? Like, bro, you know.
It was college.
Or no. My bad. No, it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since one of my teams last won a championship. Giants.
Oh, yeah. I was like trying to think I don't watch baseball, so I'm like, I'm thinking hockey, football. That's all I got.
The Giants, or I guess the Lakers won since then, but the teams I really ride and die for was the Giants. But which is funny because I actually remember my reaction to us winning the pennant than I actually do winning the World Series. But anyway, he doesn't care about being here. He just come here. I mean, I'm curious to know if any of these, well, Luke isn't, but I'm curious to know if any of them are actually Niner fans. I would say Jerry's son is the most likely just because he grew up here. Or no, my bad. He grew up in Arizona. Yeah, so I doubt it. I don't even think his dad was on the Niners when he was born. I know Jerry Jr. was. Jerry Jr. and their daughter was. Because I know it was Jerry's daughter that his wife almost died delivering. And that's when Jerry was on the Niners. So, 824. Hey, bro. Kobe Day. Anyway, so, yeah, I mean, this isn't the best breakdown show and everything. We didn't do that much homework because, honestly, I'm not going to do homework on a position I don't even think we really need. Get me Ladd and Luke. I mean, that's the only way I see it. Is if you're saying, if you believe this year's class is deeper than next year's, and you know long term you're not keeping Debo and BA. Oh, really? Your birthday's Kobe Day? That's what's up, bro. That's the only way I see us really honestly drafting a receiver that is of the stature or range of Brandon Rice.
But we're not. So
yeah, no, we're not. All right, we'll go ahead. We're going to take our last commercial break, and then Jason will go over his running backs, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get up out of here. This segment is brought to you by SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio at SeatGiant.com to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out this show. All right, Jason, take it away.
All right, so the two I've got, everybody's talking about who do we have to, replace. We're going to replace Jordan. Are we going to replace Eli? I'm looking for a couple of guys who could possibly take that same style of role that CMC plays. So that's what I have been looking for in the draft. And I've got two guys. The first guy I've got is Will Shipley out of the Clemson Bulldogs. Of Clemson. Again, he reminds me a lot of CMC in the fact that, CMC is quick, but he doesn't have blazing speed. And you know what? You can almost say this for both Will Shipley and Isaac Guardo. I hope I said his last name correctly. Neither of these two guys are blazing fast, but what they are is they're quick between the tackles. They can make that little quick movement, that little quick hitch that we see CMC do between the tackles all the time. Just that little quick sidestep, and the next thing you know, he gets 10, 15 yards. Both of these two guys do excel with that. Both of these two guys both have, like you had said, that Frank Gore Jr. doesn't necessarily have the speed to hit that end. These two guys do. They can hit that end. They find those gaps, then they can shoot up those gaps and get between the smallest little holes that they can find in those gap zone reads, and then they go. As soon as they see that, bam, and then they can just make that one person miss. And yes, Kenny, both of them can catch. That's one of the receivers. You got Guardo is at 84, and then Shipley is at 70. But yeah, both of them do catch out of the backfield. Actually, Shipley has half of his highlights that I saw were him on little out patterns out of the backfield. Everybody goes one way, and he just leaks out of the backfield the other way for a catch for the end zone. The same play we run CMC with all the time. So both of these guys, both of them. But both of them, like I said, both of these two guys, I could see either one of them filling in and the offense being more close to what it is. I do like Jordan Mason, but I think we all know he's more of a power back. He's we've called him the closer for a reason. He can go in there. He's only going to get, like Frank Gore, 2 or 3 yards. But those 2 or 3 yards, you are going to feel him for each moment because he is going to put his head down and just rock you for those to close out games. These are the kind of guys that you put in there to actually keep the ball going. I know everybody likes Eli. I love Eli Mitchell. I think he's done great things here. But unfortunately, I think he's at the point to where it's like if he plays more than just a little bit, he's going to get injured. And so that's my biggest. We need somebody besides Eli there that's dependable and that we don't miss a beat with. And between someone like Isaac Guardo and Will Shipley, I do believe these two guys could fill that CMC role for a long term should the need come.
I mean, Eli is the type of player when you say, we love Eli, but you can't keep everybody. He's the type of player I think we're talking about.
Yeah.
I do. So Will Shipley, I didn't watch the other one, but I like a little bit. Yeah, I liked a little bit from what I saw him. I didn't watch a super or any real film breakdowns or anything like that because like I said, I wasn't spending too much. I was preparing for the situation we might have coming up. I messaged him. He's never not gotten back to me.
Well, and so I didn't think so. We're not looking for backs per se. because we're pretty good with what we have. CMC is pretty damn durable. If we have to rely on Elijah for like 1 or 2 games, I'm okay with that. Anything more, it's like, okay, I'm going to start worrying about him getting injured. We don't necessarily know how Jordan would be long term, but I'm okay with it. If it came to it, I'm looking for someone to where, say, CMC's gone long term, to where we don't have to change the style of what the running back is going to do in this offense. We can keep doing the same things that we're doing. These 2 guys are good fits for what I believe they could work.
Honestly, let's be real. Besides CMC, Kenny, I mean, let's be real. Besides CMC, this is what we've had the most success with in the Lynch ahead era. So I don't understand why we would even bother spending draft picks on running backs anymore.
Yeah. That's why, like I said, I didn't dive too deeply but again, at the same time, would anybody be surprised?
No.
One, if we draft a D-tackle on the first line with the first round pick, and then in the 3rd round, we draft a running back. Who would honestly be surprised at the way this?
I have faith. I have faith that this is going to be the first time in 2 years in a row we don't take a running back in the 3rd round. Let's do it, baby. No running back in the 3rd. Real quick, I wanted to ask, because we haven't officially talked about this. Are we doing Thursday and or Friday and Saturday for the draft? For draft day. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I figured we're going all day Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Woo! It's gonna be a fun year this year.
And yes, we are going in shifts. I'm not doing the whole damn thing this year.
Oh God, Lord. We'll figure it out. I gotta talk to.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I figured me and you would at least. I figured we would be live for the entirety of the first round.
Yeah.
For the Thursday night. That's that just like we've done pretty much. We've done that every year since me and you've been on the show together.
Yeah.
But then I took Friday off specifically so that at the very least, if we split it up and I have to take the first half of the day, sure, I don't mind doing that. Tag you in at the end, kind of a thing, or then Saturday we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah. I want to get you know what I want to do? I want to get us a content creator that our little group that we have specifically, or that I have, the people I talk to, because I know you obviously are part of groups, and that way it's just easier to try to send out the bat signal to people.
I'm gonna reach out to people and try and come hang out with us during those times.
Yeah,
and not necessarily
just
Niner fans. It's gonna be just like, hey, just get random people just going like, hey, you know what? So what have the Browns done in the draft? You happy with that? Just to get something else to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a long day when we do the draft show, bro. It's pretty long.
I'm trying to click on why am I not bringing up Ryan here? Where'd I go?
I mean, wait, where'd Jason go? You there, bro? All right, you know what? We'll get Jason back and see if we can get Jason back, and we'll go ahead and wrap up the show. What's up? No sleep till day 3. You could almost count on a D lineman with our first pick. We're going 72 hours straight. Woo! You gotta go balls to the wall. We're taking Kool-Aid in the first. That might not be too bad. Our 49ers can do nothing in the draft to surprise me. Oh, we'll see about that one. Hey, you better be a Kasi letter. We're drafting Rice in the 3rd. Let's see. Take the tip, for example. Hell no, Motorsports. A meter just hit Brooklyn. What? Jason, don't go. Oh, y'all killing me. He said, baby, please don't go. Sorry, y'all had to hear that. He's back. Jason.
I fucking hate Windows. Windows is like, hey, your computer needs a restart. We're restarting. Fucking Windows bullshit.
All right, bro. I think that it's time the ship sank. I'm dead. You know what?
Captain's going down with this ship, damn it.
At that point, Jason, any final thoughts? I think we got to end it on that, bro. That's a perfect way to end it.
I do want to say what's up to Ryan. Hey, man, because I was trying to I'm like, because right when it froze up, I'm like, I'm trying to say hi to Ryan here. and my
Yeah, I
button
heard
is
you
not-
say that, and then all of
And
a
then I
sudden
look
you were
up, and
gone.
then I'm like, that's what my face looks like as I'm frozen. I was like, oh shit.
You know what?
So-
We should have
So I want to say,
cued
what's
my.
up, Ryan?
We should have cued "My Heart Will Go On." You know, it's just and, you know, a little montage.
And then you guys
Doesn't
can look at my
capture.
body. Like, it's been 84 years.
Yeah,
Take care,
good looking,
Tony.
my
Thank you.
good looking. All right, bro.
Look at you starting. You
The bow
start
broke.
talk Samoan. The
I
bow.
know. I've always said my oos. I've always said.
Is that a fat
I
joke?
have.
Kenny, is
Well,
that a fat joke?
Iceberg.
Iceberg.
Uh,
Star Wars surprise. You know what? I go by this name. It comes with the territory. I can't fucking.
Yeah.
I took
right,
out
brother,
too much water.
All right, bro. We'll see you Friday.
Bye for time. Telly lava. Till Friday, guys.
All right, till Friday, bro.
Like.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in this week. We're still live on Instagram, so we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Thank y'all. Till next week, we're gonna go ahead and say faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners. Hey.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana.
You're tuned into Niner Faithful Radio, the show hosted 1 to faithful, brought to you by Power
See ya.